back live from Columbus, Ohio. It is the MLG Championships Call of Duty Ghost first ever LAN competition here at MLG. I'm Chris Puckett, joined in the booth by Revan, and we have one heck of a match in store of us. compLexity, the #1 seed, about to show why they are considered the best Call of Duty team in the world.
I mean, not only are they #1 seed, in the past 3 years, Aches and Teep have won the first major tournament for each Call of Duty title. So I think they are probably the heavy favorites coming into this entire tournament, but we don't know much about the team that they're playing. They came from the open bracket, and they surprised a lot of people as compLexity's opponent. It's Skyline, and the most recognizable player on this team is T-Fly. He played with the One Chance roster back in Black Ops 2, and we're going to see it. I think he's got the most experience out of anybody on his team, so I'm going to look for him to lead his squad.
I'm looking for a big game out of T-Fly. Hope to learn a lot more about their teammates. Our Turtle Beach crew getting the Skyline roster ready to go. But Revan, talk to me a little bit more about this compLexity lineup and what they did in Black Ops 2, because early on it was Impact winning the Call of Duty Championships, Impact winning MLG MLG Dallas. But by the end of the season, everyone was only talking about this team that's on our main stage.
Well, they added 2 huge pieces to the puzzle. They picked up Clayster. They also, at the same time, got their coach, Mr. X. And if you don't know much about Mr. X, he's like the 4th most winningest player in MLG history, multi-title professional player. He's plays pro in games like Halo, Shadowrun, Rainbow Six. Such a talented player. He brings a wealth of experience to his team.
He's a fantastic FPS player, and he's one of the more mature gamers out there. He's only 24 years old, but when you talk to the man, you'd think he's a 30-year-old. Anyway, we're about to get this match underway, and I got to get your prediction here. A team that comes out of the open bracket, not really any huge names on this lineup. Is it a guaranteed 3-0 for compLexity, or can this squad steal some games because it's so early in Ghost?
I mean, it's possible that they can steal some games, but we're talking about compLexity here. I think that they're going to come out strong because, they want to prove that they are still the best team in all of Call of Duty. I do think it will be a 3-0 for compLexity here.
Now, before the lunch break, guys, we were covering the bottom championship bracket. Now we're heading back to the top championship bracket, and up here we have compLexity versus Skyline. We saw FaZe play TCM last night, where TCM was able to take that one. We have Envy beating Curse New York in Game 5 at the very end of last night. And Optic Gaming is still yet to play. They will play immediately after this match on the main stage versus Adversity.
I'm excited to see how Optic's going to do. I mean, they have a new coach. Flamesword's going to be behind them. And, if you need a leader, Flamesword is the go-to guy for that. But, compLexity versus Skyline is the matchup you're about to watch. It looks like the first map has just started. Strike Zone Domination. Looks like it's shaping up to be map 1 of the series.
I'm ready to go, man. We got Blair hosting up game #1. Skyline looking to show what they can do on the main stage for the first time in 2013. They're going up against the Juggernauts, though. And I'm definitely rooting for the underdogs here. I'm hoping that they can put compLexity kind of on their heels and bring it to them at the early start. So we're getting into the action in just 20 seconds. Revan, from compLexity, though, who is your player to watch in Ghost?
Definitely Aches. He is one of the best slayers in all of Infinity Ward games. I'm thinking all the way back to Modern Warfare 2. Such a talented player, and he's going to be looking to pick up as many kills as possible, but you also have to look at his counterpart on the team, Crim6 as well.
Krim and Eggs are your players to watch. Eggs can't spell too good, but he sure is decent at shooting. And early on, Clayster's actually going to get picked off by Repulse. So we have Blair going in and capturing the point over at C. Looks like Eggs and the boys definitely have A-Lock down, and Eggs working on B, but in comes Blair, and it looks like he will be working with T-Fly to capture this B. Nice pressure early on from Skyline.
And what I love about new Call of Duty games coming out is it gives chances for other aspiring players like the guys on Skyline to make a statement for themselves. And if they're able to steal a couple of games, maybe even win this series against compLexity, they're going to just, skyrocket from there.
Here you can see the action in B. It's going to be Crim6 gathering that point. Spawning over at C will be the Skyline lineup, as compLexity now with control of B and A at the moment, and Blair's going to try and make his way over to A. Now, talk to me a little bit about the strategy and domination. How do you get 2 flags back when you're down?
You have to communicate with your team and just be on the same page. Are we all going to attack either the A flag or we're going to attack the B flag, whatever flag you don't have control, you just got to go it as a team, because every time you decide to make that push, you're going to have numbers going into it. You know, the defenders, they're going to be spread out across the map covering multiple areas, but when you have 4 guys pushing one side of the map, you're going to be able to pick up kills and hopefully cap the flag from there.
Right now you got T-Fly on your screen. He was able to pick up 2 big kills, going for a third, but Iggs says no. Iggs from compLexity, currently 5-3. You said look out for Iggs and Crim6 there at the top of the leaderboard. Crim6 currently 5-2 with that early capture. And compLexity still holding on to 2 of the 3 flags, now starting to pull away on the scoreboard, 31-23.
So Crim6 leading the team in terms of overall kills done, and Crim6 is probably one of the most talented FPS players in all of console gaming. You know, any game he picks up that's an FPS on console, he's going to be one of the best at.
He's a former Halo pro, huge games back in Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Now shining in Black Ops 2 and trying to make a huge starting impression in Call of Duty Ghosts. Nice shots there by Crim. He is now 10-3, the first one into double digits, triple positive at the moment, and he is simply locking down the top half of the map, now sweeping behind his opponents to try and go after C.
And he was on a bit of a spree there, Puckett, which means that he's gaining perks because of that specialist strike package. So he's becoming more and more of a super soldier. Fortunately for Skyline, they were able to stop him before he got the specialist bonus. But compLexity, they have a decent lead to work with here, you know, around 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first half.
And that's TP's second kill in a row, so we'll keep an eye on him to see if he can get any specialist bonus. And we're going to watch him find a third player. And Revan, these guys definitely know how the specialist works. And for all of the players out there who have really just been playing pubs, might not understand how specialist is going to feature as one of the score streaks. Can you break it down for us?
Yeah, sure. So you pick up X amount of kills and you earn perks. And what you see the pro players do at the top level of play, so specialists, you could pick up to 3 initial perks to get. The pro players, they only pick 2. And for that reason, you only need 8 kills to get the rest of your perks that you've chosen for the bonus. So if you're out there, you're playing competitive, and you have 3 perks chosen to get initially, well, take one of them off. It's a lot more beneficial if you only have 2 selected.
So TP has 6 points right now. He has 5 kills in a row since we jumped on board with him, as well as that capture at B. He's going to be working towards his bonus. That's number 7. He is cut down. So a big kill being scored by the boys from Skyline. But look at this scoreboard. They have not given up control B at all, and it looks like Crim6 is going to be working his way towards C. Are they going to go for the triple cap, or do you want to let your opponent keep one here on strike zone?
You know, you could definitely go for the 3 cap, especially since 3 are currently down for Skyline. And if you're looking at that scoreboard, compLexity have so many more kills than their opponent, which means that they are just dominating all over a map. I wouldn't be surprised if around the 45, 40-second mark, compLexity do push for that 3rd flag.
You just saw Teep pick up 1 kill before being taken down. Now it's Clayster's time to shine. He's got the Remington, and Clay, he was a monster back with the foul before it was banned in the previous title. Then he switched over to the M8. What do you think he's going to be using in Ghost?
Definitely an assault rifle. From the streams I've seen from compLexity, he does like using a submachine gun from time to time, but his teammates feel a lot more comfortable around the map when Clay has an assault rifle in his hands. And he's leading the team right now. Well, Crim just took him over, but he was on top of the leaderboard for a good amount of time.
Look at that kills column. Crim6 at 15. You got Aches at 17 now on top at 17-8. His teammates doing the capture work as Aches is now going to go for his first capture at B. All the action's over at C as we jump on board. It looks like Crim was just taken down, going back to Clayster.
And there you go. That's going to do it for the first half. 92-58 will be the final score. Doing some quick math, that is 34 points for compLexity. That's a good lead, especially since we only play 5-minute halves.
That's hefty, man.
Yeah.
I feel like, to be honest, I like these Skyline guys. I want to cheer for them. But look at those total kills. Getting blown out.
Yeah.
Dominating. Aches, Crim, and Teep. All putting up huge numbers there, man. 90-58.
Yeah, you know, for Skyline to try to come back into the second half, 32 or 34 points, that's a huge lead. That's just about a 3 cap for an entire minute. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, they could try to hold a 2 cap for 3 minutes, but that's a lengthy amount of time. It's going to be tough for them.
All right, well, that was the first half. Remember, in domination, we are going to switch sides and go at it again. 34-point differential, 92-58 in that first half. What do you expect to see from these Skyline guys in the second half? Will they be able to improve on that score?
Potentially. I mean, they need to turn up the aggression here. They need to pick up the pace of the game. Maybe they're going to take out force some machine guns just to try to get 2 flags at the start and try to work to at least neutralize that 3rd flag. And I love the addition of that neutralization. It adds a whole new dynamic to this domination game mode.
So here we go. The game is loading up for the 2nd round as we switch sides. And Revan, who do you think has the advantage here, Federation or Ghost on strike
Ghost. Ghost, so you spawn a bit closer to the A flag, but what you can do is you could stun your opponents immediately off your respawn. All you gotta do is, look directly up, get that stuns out near the C flag, and your opponents can't move off spawn. That allows you to capture A, put pressure on C, while pushing for position at B. So putting pressure on all 3 flags within the first 15 seconds.
I'm telling the comeback story. We're going to watch T-Fly at the start here from the Skyline roster. I want to see how they open up this game. What is their game plan?
Okay,
so these guys look calm, cool, and collected. You see T-Fly there talking, getting his team pumped up. Let's see what they can do.
All right, so T-Fly, we're going to be watching him. Looking at his class, seems like he's using the Vector with the red dot, which complexity, they were the first team to start doing. Now they're starting to catch on and kind of mimic what class loadouts they're using. But here we go, T-Fly going right for the C flag off the start. Now throwing a grenade. That's interesting because in the first 10 seconds of Infinity War games, the grenades will not kill anyone. So complexity, they're going to be able to capture C. And look at that mini map. 2 members already on that B flag. Complexity off to a great start here in the first 15 seconds.
And you can see our production crew just always improving the broadcast as the weekend goes on. You can see the scoreboard, complexity with that plus 34 on the top right. Shout out to Corey Dunn, Ron, and the rest of the boys doing that for you. We got Repulse on your screen, and let's give him some time to shine. Picks up 1 on top bridge, trying to make his way to C, and he is going to be shut down there. I believe that was Crim6 doing the damage. Blair currently 1-0 with the cap, makes it 2-0, and he's going to have a player right behind him, but he's in a good position to defend himself. No, Aches is just too strong. Aches running around with his Ace. Is this the SC2010? No, he's switched over now to the Vector.
Yeah, he's got the Vector in his hands right now, and you saw complexity. They were pushing for the 3 cap for a time being. They had that A flag neutralized, but Skyline, they were able to kind of stabilize. Now, I think Skyline, their plan of action should be try to get an AC setup and just try to keep complexity spawn trapped inside the B bar, and they got to do that for 3 minutes just to tie the game up.
Well, complexity, they're definitely trading kills a little bit more evenly here in the 2nd round as the Skyline boys are taking it to them. We're to jump on board with T-Fly. No, can't win the battle for A. TP is too strong, but Blair is going to rotate from C to try and pin his opponents at B. A currently contested, and it's going to be Clayster protecting it with his Remington.
And of course, in this situation, complexity, they're going to be more than happy with it. Right now, it's an even income of total points for both teams as they each capture 1, but now you see Clay, he's going to look to get this under complexity control, and scoreboard says that we should be watching some Crim6, so Clayster, he's going to be able to defend himself, but once Crim spawns up, I'm going to switch immediately over to him. Right now, he's 6-4 with 2 captures, and he's just looking to do damage. This is exactly what he did in Black Ops 2 with the MSMC, just roam around, pick up kills, and complement the playstyle of Ace. When you have Ace and Crim just on top of their slang, if their shots warmed up, well, you rarely see the other team be able to combat that.
Absolutely. Crim with this M-Star, spotting a player running into the kitchen, wasn't able to get that kill, I believe, and he is going to have to chase it down. Otherwise, B will be contested. Nice job dodging the grenade. Quick reactions there. He does have a little bit of support, but Crim goes down. So will Aches. That's 2 down for complexity, but only Rhino is left alive to battle at B.
Wow.
And Clayster's going to take care of business.
That was a smart play from Clayster. Taking cover behind the pillar, was able to get the grenade out, injured Rhino, then he cleaned it up with his Remington. Now, the flag was only neutralized, so complexity, they're building onto their already 34-point lead, and it's starting to get a bit dicey right now for Skyline. They're going to have to make plays happen real soon if they want to win this map.
54-point advantage at the moment. Let's see how big that lead can grow for complexity, as I do not see Skyline getting in here and taking B away from Clayster. He is just in a perfect position, and he is going to have help with TP coming to the bar to protect as well. And it looks like we're going to see Skyline go for C. That means Clayster's going to have to rotate, and he is having no issues doing so. 4 straight kills since we've jumped on board with him.
Oh, man, solid shots from Clayster. As always, he's going to move over to C, finding a couple more players coming from the pro shop. Can he get the second? He's taking fire. Oh, no, Clayster.
Don't do it to him.
Have mercy, Clayster.
You can see that scavenger has been activated, so he did get some specialist streaks going on here. Crim on your screen will get picked. 4 down. That's the first time we've seen that from complexity.
All right, so now we're going over to Skyline, but in the second half alone, compLexity are up by 22 points. Doing some quick math, 34 plus 20, that's 56 points. At this point, it's actually mathematically impossible for Skyline to come back to this game. compLexity, they're your victors in map 1 here.
All right, well, it's time to see who gets the most kills. And Eggs currently in the lead at 15, but T-Fly also dropping 15-12 with a cap in this round, doing his best to get his team into it. And really, this is that point in the game when you realize there's no possible way we're going to win game 1, but we can finish strong and get some momentum going into game 2 if you're on Skyline.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, this map, it's over and done with Skyline. They shouldn't even be thinking about it anymore. Coming up next, it will be a search and destroy. And historically, compLexity, this has been the one game type that they've been mortal at. This is one game type that they've lost the most in Black Ops 2, but that's not the case in Call of Duty Ghosts. From the search and destroy gameplay I've seen from them, they're looking impeccable in that game mode.
Glacier, solid shots to finish off the A site, and it looks like Krim is saying, get off B, buddy. Gonna quickly deal with Blair, and he's gonna recap B to close this one out. They basically held on to 2 flags since the first 10 seconds of this game, never letting go, and it's gonna be compLexity showing their dominance. Skyline made a little comeback towards the end, but still, it's all compLexity, and game number 1. They are 2 more games away from advancing to round number 2, where they will face off against TCM Gaming. But Skyline's looking to tie it up with Search and Destroy coming up after this.